بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا وانفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. Yeah, I need to wait a bit. Now, so here the ayah which we went through last week. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم تر إلى الذين خرجوا من ديارهم وهم ألوف حذر الموت فقال لهم الله موتوا ثم أحياهم إن الله لذو فضل على الناس ولكن أكثر الناس لا يشكرون. There's a couple of questions I want to ask you. How did they know when Allah said to them die and they died? How did they know that they died and came back to life? ثم أحياهم. How would somebody know that he is dead now? He is dying now.
He saw angels now?
Yeah. You see the angels of mercy or the angels of punishment. إن الذين تتوفاهم الملائكة ظالمي أنفسهم قالوا فيما كنتم قالوا كنا مستضعفين أبرار. Those who the angels take their souls while they are wrong, they wrong themselves. They will say, why you reach a stage? They say, we were persecuted on earth. And the angel will say, wasn't the earth large and wide enough? So you travel throughout it. And the angel of Rahmah, and الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا. Those who believed in Allah Azza wa Jalla and stayed straight, the angels will come to them the time of death and they will say, don't be frightened, don't be sad, we will be accompanying you and we were protecting you in this life, and they will take them till they reach Jannah. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, if you want to die, die for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla. واعلموا أن الله سميع عليم وقاتلوا في سبيل الله واعلموا أن الله سميع عليم. Don't run away from death. And here we said last week could be like either a plague, they're running away from it, or could be that they chickened in front of probably some enemies to Allah Azza wa Jalla and run away. And then Allah Azza wa Jalla said, من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له أضعافا كثيرة والله يقبض ويبسط وإليه ترجعون. So when you give your soul for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, this is a loan to Allah Azza wa Jal. When you give a qarad, a loan to somebody, Allah will multiply it. Usually ضعف أضعافا كثيرة, ضعف from ضعيف, weak. But why Allah Azza wa Jal said weak here, while it should be strong? By the way, Eid Saeed. Eid Saeed, but he is Eid and you are Saeed, alhamdulillah. Say it again.
The Adhaf here is coming from multiplications. It's not coming as a strength.
Linguistically, ضعيف is weak. ضعف من بعد ضعف قوة ثم جعل من بعد ضعف قوة. ضعف is weak. And Sha'rawi said, when you see that your money multiplied, you will look into how small you were your money. Now it's multiplied. So you see the weakness in your money. And the qarad is far much better than the charity. Why? If you give qarad, a loan, the reward is higher. The charity 10 times and the qarad 18 times. First, why is the loan is more rewarded than the charity? Yeah.
One thing could be that charities, because you have got enough, you have got a surplus, that's why you're doing the charity. Qarad could be that you don't have enough, but you still give somebody who's in need.
Yeah.
Because they are asking that, don't worry, I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
And also that you are actually not making them dependent on something, you are helping them.
Yeah. Any other views? What were you going?
Because Allah يضاعف Allah.
Allah doubles that.
And the same with the charity to 700 times. Yeah.
Maybe charity you give it once. Qard you can do it again and again.
And charity you do it again and again.
Yeah, but not the same amount, the same thing. The other things could be like, because when you give in charity, so the person will expect it like to have it one more time or later on.
Yeah.
Of somebody else. But if you give him a loan, so you encourage him to do the work or to pay it back. So
invest, you mean?
Invest in him.
Yeah. Any other view? Imam Sha'rawi obviously bring to you what other people said. The charity you could give somebody who doesn't actually need, but taqarrud you only give it to the one who really in need. Nobody will go and take a loan unless he is in need. And the charity you give it once and gone, while the loan the amount is due to come back and he doesn't have the money and you are patient for him. You wait for him, you get rewarded. So every time you get rewarded for leaving it, extended the loan another 6 months, another year or something. So you get rewarded for your sabr, for getting your money back. And why it is 18 times more than charity 10 times?
Because
why not 20?
And then you forgive it. For example, if you forgive.
The reward is 18 times for the loan, while it is 10 times for the charity. Why not 20?
Because you take your capital back.
Yeah, because you get your capital back. If you give one, you get 9. But if you give one, you get 10 rewards, and in the charity, in the loan, you get 9 rewards because you've got your capital back. But it is twice as much, so it's 18. It's not 20 because you're getting your capital back. So you're not going to be rewarded for getting your own capital. Unless you leave your capital, then you will get 20.
Where's that? It was like 10.
It's written on the door of Jannah. On the door of Jannah written that the qard is 18 times rewarded, while the charity 10 times.
Just a question of it. In this ayah, Yufridullah, could it be that the money person gives for the sake of Allah for charity, that is Allah is taking it as a loan from him and Allah will in a way return?
Yeah, that's a question to you. Why Allah Azza wa Jal took the loan as you're loaning Allah? Because you're not going to give Allah, you're going to give Ahmad, Ali, Abdullah.
Whatever we have, it is not ours, it belongs to Allah eventually.
Yeah, but Allah said, يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ, while you're actually giving Ahmad and Ali the loan.
Because you're doing that for the sake of Allah?
It is everything you do here for the sake of Allah. But why here, يُقْرِضُ اللَّهَ? You never think when you give somebody loan that you are expecting from him the money back. Because you expect from Allah. Allah is the Ghani, Allah the rich, Allah who has the resources, Allah guaranteed to give it back to you. The other guy might die, might go bankrupt, might never had money, whatever, but you return the money, return of your money is from Allah Azza wa Jal. Yeah, Jazakallah. Wallahu yaqbidu wa yabsutu wa ilayhi turja'un. Allah give more to some people, refrain from giving some people, and we all go back to Allah Azza wa Jal. Now this ayah, which is really nice to I listened to a lot of tafsir, and even I listened to tafsir Sha'rawi before to this ayah, but I picked something. He said it last time, but I didn't pick it up. He said, ألم تر إلى الملأ من بني إسرائيل من بعد موسى إذ قالوا لنبي لهم ابعث لنا ملكا نقاتل في سبيل الله قال هل عسيتم إن كتب عليكم القتال ألا تقاتلوا قالوا وما لنا ألا نقاتل في سبيل الله وقد أخرجنا من ديارنا وأولادنا وأبنائنا فلما كتب عليهم القتال تولوا إلا قليلا منهم والله عليم بالظالمين. So these, have you not seen? Sha'rawi, may Allah bless his soul, say your knowledge should be as if you have seen. So it's so true that it's like if you have seen. You can truly go and say, I've seen this, because Allah said it. But also the other things which is not difficult for Allah to take Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and show him. I mean, now you can show you the events in First World War and Second World Wars, all recorded on cameras and things and videos. And it's not difficult for Allah Azza wa Jal to physically show Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. To our standard of knowledge now, it's not difficult for him to actually show him the events as is taking place. So here, alam tara ila al-mala'i min bani Israel could be no, didn't you know? And it's 100% true. Or could be that Allah showed him. We don't know. لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِ رَبِّهِ الْكُبْرَى in Mi'raj. He saw the biggest signs of Allah Azza wa Jal, or one of the biggest signs, or all the big signs of Allah Azza wa Jal. So that's also possible. Al-Mala' min Bani Israel, haven't you seen the Mala is those great people who fill the eye. People like to see these big celebrities and big stars and big politicians. Even if you hate them, you see that they have or something, hit you back. When I saw President Assad coming out of the room and going out, like, seeing something really dominant at this time, controlling a country and things. And this Mala from Bani Israel, the big shot of Bani Israel, the son of Israel, after Musa, when they said to a prophet of theirs, ask Allah Azza wa Jal to send us a king so we could fight for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. And Imam Shari is saying here that it seems at that time that the prophet is not an executive leader. He will not do the job of a king. And he said, why? Why is that?
Because they're asking the prophet to send the king.
Yeah, but why the king wasn't himself, why the prophet wasn't himself the king?
They must have been doing it to tease him.
To teach him. Tease him. That they will tease the king, you mean?
The prophet.
The prophet. They will tease the prophet?
Because maybe they weren't listening to him at that time. They were just trying to disrespect him.
Yeah, there are people who like to disrespect the leader, disagree with the leader. Like, it doesn't happen with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the leader, the political leader, the military leader, and the religious leader at the same time. It happened to him once when somebody said to him, وَيْحَكَ اعْدِلْ مَا لَكَ لَا تَعْدِلْ فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا لم أعدل فمن يعدل. ويحك إذا لم أعدل, if I don't act fairly and justly, who will? So, and then this guy, he said, why don't you follow justice or be fair? So after he left, he said, from the family of this guy, there will be like a hypocrite or something who will destroy or manage to destroy the ummah. And from him came this Abu Lu'lu'a and the guys who killed Uthman ibn Affan. And Khawarij later came, the time of Ali ibn Abi Talib. They later became the Khawarij. Yeah. So this was not an easy job to be a king and a prophet at the same time, but it was dead easy for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they want a king.
There are other examples.
Yeah.
Who were
Musa.
Prophets and the kings, like Suleiman and Dawood, and so they were prophets and they were kings.
Yeah, the قالوا لنبي لهم. Allah doesn't say the name of the prophet, but could have been Dawood. Because later, Dawood, he is the one who killed Jalut.
After Musa.
Yeah, but could be because Allah tested Dawood before he appointed him Khalifa. He became a leader later. But at that time, they said, this is what the Mufassirin say, they want a king to fight for the sake of Allah. And قال هل عسيتم إن كتب عليكم. But how would you know that if it become obligatory on you that you might not fight? And they said, why don't we fight for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal? while we have been forced out of our land and our children. So here they say probably they were not truthful. They actually wanted to fight to get their land and their children. They were not going to fight for the sake of Allah. So they were a hidden agenda in their mind.
Revenge.
Yeah, to take back their land and take back their children. Because when the fighting became obligatory, most of them ran away. They refused to fight, except few of them. And Allah knows the wrongdoers. Wallahu alimun بالظالمين. So وقال لهم نبيهم. Yeah, you wanted the king. The prophet said, إن الله قد بعث لكم طالوت ملكا. Allah sent Talut. بعث إن الله قد بعث لكم, in your favor, for your sake, to correct you, to help you, to lead you. Talut, he will be the king. But then again now, they went back to their like and dislike, said, قالوا أن يكون له الملك علينا. He didn't say he's owning you, علينا. He said, لكم, for your help, for your sake. Not عليكم, he's not on top and controlling you, dictating what you do. قالوا أن يكون له الملك علينا. He wasn't milk to control you, dictate you. He's a king to help you. And the other reason, they said, وَنَحْنُ أَحَقُّ بِالْمُلْكِ مِنْهُ. So they didn't see that he's coming for their help, in their favor. They saw him as dictator on top of us, while we deserve to be king more than him. So this is the rejection of the choice of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now,
In the previous verse it says لِنَبِيٍّ لَهُمْ instead of لِنَبِيِّهِمْ.
قال لهم نبيهم.
The previous verse, so if this is نبيهم, but in the previous verse it قال لِنَبِيٍّ لَهُمْ.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't say لِنَبِيِّهِمْ. So it's like there's tab'id. So that when the way they see him is he's like a bit further away, whereas when Allah talks about it, he's like it's their prophet. It's like Allah's distant. Their attitude to their prophet is very much distant.
لنبي, one of these prophets who came to us, and there's many of them, and they belittle him. While here, Nabiyuhum is sent to them.
So not the same prophet, it's different prophet.
No, the same.
The same.
Yeah. But they don't care if Allah sent 10 prophets or 100 or 1. This is their habit. Because here it shows they see themselves more important than this Malik, this king. أحق بالملك منه. The criteria that they will decide who should be. They don't take the advice of Allah. While they ask for it. They ask for a king. Yeah, here's the king Talut. Oh, why he's sent to us? Why we deserve to be king more than him? And he wasn't rich. He wasn't conservative. He wasn't. So this is the way. I mean, the richer you are, the more likely you get into power or influence power these days. And Allah قال, the Prophet said, إن الله اصطفاه عليكم. Allah has chosen him عليكم. Now, not لكم, عليكم, over you. Now he's better than all of you. And on top of that, وزاده بسطة في العلم والجسم. He increased his physical ability and his knowledge. And Allah gives the ownership and the kingdom and the leadership to whoever he wishes. And Allah is wide, and he knows who deserves to be and who's the best one to be. And he said that they had to accept, they had no choice, because he became the king. وقال لهم نبيهم إن آية ملكه. Now this is also important ayah which a lot of Muslims don't know, especially those who are Salafi and Wahhabi and Daeshi and this. When they destroyed all the monuments and all the athar, artifacts and things. He said to them, وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ, their prophet said to them, the signs that he is the king, that he will come to you with يَأْتِيكُمُ التَّابُوتِ آيَةُ مُلْكِهِ, that the tabut, who is the tabut of? Musa عليه السلام. فإذا خفت عليه فألقيه في التابوت فألقيه في اليم فليلقيه اليم في الساحل. So the tabut of Musa seem to be have been kept important, and the stick of Musa had been kept. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, "Fihi sakina," you will be comforted that this king is from Allah Azza wa Jalla, because this what Musa and Harun left behind came to us. Fihi sakina min rabbikum. And in this tabut, in this box, in this tabut, we use it as a coffin, but it's like, a box. But in it, there's the remain of what Alu Musa, the family of Musa and the family of Harun, kept in it. So first, there's a lot of ornament and a lot of stuff which belong to. This is what Muslims actually treasure now. You see that this is the hair of the Prophet ﷺ. This is the mushaf of Uthman he was reading. This is the sword of the Prophet. This is the shoes of the Prophet. It has importance. There's these fanatic groups that came destroyed these things. Oh, we worship Allah Wahid. As Allah said it in the Quran. And who actually kept this? The family of Harun, the family of Musa. Not even Musa. So the Prophet didn't do it, so we won't do it. Allah said Musa didn't do it. Harun didn't do it. Their families did it. And that was a major sign that this king, Talut, is sent by Allah Azza wa Jal, that the angels will come with the tabut. So it is important for the angels to carry. It wasn't like, you go and find it left over, you dig there and you will find it in the ground. No, it came with the angels carrying it, and they can't see the angels, so it is coming from Allah Azza wa Jal directly to you. Now we have in Britain here is a lot of listed places, and when I went to, I left Syria in 1977, I went back in 1990, I couldn't tell where is where and what direction, because they changed most of the city. There's nothing like listed unless there's a few places in the center of Damascus. I went 2006, after that, 16 years, I had to ask some people to take me. Where is, say, where is Sheldon, where is Shirley, where is... He can't even have the sense of direction. They destroyed the signs, the important... Why the Prophet ﷺ, he cursed those who changed the marks on showing the roads, the road marks and the road signs. So this ayah showing that artifacts and the important items which left by important people is important to keep. So you could give you sakina, give you comfort that yes, we actually went to the first time we went to the museum in Istanbul, and we smelled nice smell, and there's Quran read. So I said to my wife, let's go to here, because it sounds like nice place. And we went inside. It was the hair of the Prophet ﷺ. It was the Quran of the Prophet, but one of the first Quran. There's the sword of the Prophet. Without us knowing, we didn't read anywhere. We were not like tourists who read and go and check where is it. We sensed it, we smelled it, and we heard it, and led us, our senses led us to the place, because oh my God, we could have missed this, but we were led by its so here it's important تحمله الملائكة, and that's in في ذلك لآية لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين. After that, if you don't believe that, you are not mu'min, you're not believers. So you want to say something?
I just was listening to one of the scholars, Dr. Isar, and according to him, the Jews still looking for this box. And
they lost it again.
No, nobody knows where this box
is.
They apparently it's in the actual Temple of Solomon, and they are. And it's underneath where the mosque is now.
Under the Al-Aqsa Mosque. They just want to destroy the mosque, because they don't. The Jew originally, they don't believe Sulaiman is Muslim. They say about him that he's kafir, following the magic and the jinn, and they digged when he digged and took the books he buried it. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانُ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا, because they found the books he buried, so people will not use it, and they said no, he was following these books, the books of magics, which Sulaiman wasn't. And the last one before we stop will فَلَمَّا فَصَلَ طَالُوتُ بِالْجُنُودِ. Now there are few of them if you see here, Allah Azza wa Jal said, تولوا إلا قليلا منهم, because when they were obliged to fight, majority left. Oh, we don't want to fight, and they left. So the few left, and the few also checked by Talut when he took these few with him, and then there's another check to them, another test to them, that they will pass a river, and they shouldn't drink from the river, unless they just have a sip of water, and those who drink from the water, they don't belong to him. So there's another choice from the few, another few he chose. And فَشَرِبُ مِنْهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِنْهُمْ. So the qalil of the qalil, the few from the few, from the few, later there's another few. There will be like, if there were 1,000, became 100, became 10. Without 10,000 became 1,000, became 100, became 10. So فلما جاوزه هو والذين آمنوا معه قالوا لا طاقة لنا اليوم بجالوت وجنوده. There's another group now chickening out. We can't, when they pass the river, obviously now the few who passed the test, because those who drank from the river didn't follow him, stayed behind. So the few who only took a sip, still some of them said, we can't fight Jalut and his army. فقال الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو الله, and this is the one I mentioned to you, كم من فئة قليلة غلبت فئة كثيرة بإذن الله. So the few of the few of the few, they were steadfast, and they said, no, we will defeat Jalut, because there's a lot of few people won against a large number of people by the support from Allah Azza wa Jal and the help from Allah Azza wa Jal. Wallahu ma'a sabirin, and Allah with those who steadfast and they are patient and persevere. And then the next ayah, وَلَمَّا بَرَزُوا الْجَالُوتَ وَجُنُودِهِ قَالُوا رَبَّنَا أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا. That's the few of the few of the few. Now the cream of the cream of the cream of the cream. Then they said, Allah Azza wa Jal, أَفْرِغْ عَلَيْنَا صَبْرًا, pour consistency, pour out consistency upon us or on us, and make us make our steps firm, and help us against, make us win against our unbelievers. So I will stop here, inshallah, because next then they will show that Dawood killed Jalut, and there's a story behind that. فصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. So it's, the selection of leaders, one of the things which is important here, that he should have, he had the knowledge, he's from the common people, he wasn't known before, he's one of them, these pretended to be leader, but he had been given by Allah as a knowledge and physical ability. No.
So scholars say that they were 310 and something number with the Dawood at the time.
Yeah.
And there is something significant in this number, because there was the same number in Badr, and the prophets were in the hadith are the same number, similar number.